Admiral Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck of Luna Command, her reflection ghosting against the reinforced glass as Earth hung suspended in the void before her. 20 years of military service hadn't prepared her for this moment. The message from the Galactic Concordat played again in her mind, each word carrying the weight of humanity's future. Your species has achieved faster-than-light travel. The transmission had stated, its translation cold and precise. You will now be evaluated for acceptance into the galactic community. Prove your worth within one standard rotation of your star, or face permanent isolation. Primitive species have no place among the stars. The Concordat, an alliance of ancient spacefaring civilizations, had watched humanity for centuries, waiting for this moment. But they'd made one crucial mistake. They hadn't watched closely enough. Admiral, a voice called from behind her. The Security Council is ready. Chen turned to face Captain Marcus Rivera, her aide, and one of the few people cleared for what was about to happen. Time to show our hand, then. The secure briefing room was buried deep within Luna Command's core. 12 holograms flickered around the circular table, the heads of Earth's most powerful nations. Chen took her place at the center, touching a control panel that darkened the room and activated the secure display systems. Ladies and gentlemen, she began, Project Legacy is ready. The room stirred. Project Legacy had consumed trillions in black budget funding over the last decade. Even most of the people in this room only knew it as a contingency plan, a last resort if humanity ever faced an existential threat. The Concordat expects us to beg for acceptance, Chen continued. They expect primitive ships, basic weapons, and desperate diplomacy. Instead, they're going to meet the full extent of human innovation. The holographic display shifted, showing a massive underground facility beneath the Martian surface. Inside, rows of ships waited in pristine condition, vessels unlike anything humanity had publicly revealed. The Legacy Fleet, Chen announced. 50 ships incorporating everything we've learned from studying alien wreckage over the past century. Quantum computing cores, dark energy drives, and weapons systems that can match anything the Concordat possesses. This is madness, the Chinese premier's hologram interrupted. We should negotiate. Buy time. Time for what? Chen challenged. To be relegated to a client species, to watch our culture and independence be slowly stripped away. The Concordat doesn't want allies. They want servants. She brought up another display, this one showing detailed scans of Concordat space. For the past 5 years, we've had stealth probes mapping their territory. We know their patrol routes, their response times, their command structure. While they watched us with arrogance, we studied them with purpose. The American president leaned forward. You're suggesting we fight the most powerful civilization in known space. I'm suggesting we show them exactly who they're dealing with, Chen replied. The Legacy Fleet isn't just ships and weapons. It's a statement. Every vessel incorporates technologies we've developed in secret, systems that even the Concordat hasn't mastered. They think they're dealing with children taking their first steps into space. Let's show them they're facing equals. The Russian president's hologram flickered as he spoke. The risks are nothing compared to the risk of submission. Chen cut in. The Concordat's history is clear. Every species that's accepted their guidance has been slowly stripped of autonomy. Their worlds are resource extraction sites, their people little more than labor. We either stand now, or we kneel forever. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Chen continued, bringing up detailed mission plans. Operation Legacy begins with a demonstration. The Concordat maintains a military installation in the Proxima Centauri system, their forward operating base for monitoring Earth. We take it out, fast and clean, showing them our capabilities while denying them a staging ground. The display shifted again, showing the Legacy Fleet's flagship, the Prometheus. Our ships incorporate quantum-entangled AI cores, allowing for coordination and response times far beyond conventional systems. Our weapons use principles of physics the Concordat considers theoretical. We've spent a century preparing for this moment, and we are ready. The Indian Prime Minister spoke next. And if we fail, then we fail on our feet, not our knees, Chen answered. But I don't intend to fail. The Concordat's power comes from fear and tradition. They haven't faced a real challenge in 10,000 years. Their tactics are predictable, their responses rehearsed. We've studied every battle in their recorded history. They don't adapt well to the unexpected. Hours passed as Chen laid out the full scope of Operation Legacy. When the final vote came, it was unanimous. Humanity would not submit to evaluation. They would not beg for acceptance. They would show the galaxy exactly what they were capable of. As the holograms winked out, Rivera approached Chen. Orders, Admiral. Begin awakening the Legacy Fleet, she commanded. I want all ships crewed and ready for deployment in 48 hours, and send a message to the Concordat. What message? Chen smiled, a hard edge in her expression. Tell them their evaluation request has been received, and representatives of humanity are en route to discuss terms. Let them think we're coming to negotiate. It'll make the demonstration all the more effective. As she returned to the observation deck, Chen watched Earth's lights glitter against the darkness. Somewhere out there, the Concordat waited, secure in their superiority, certain of humanity's submission. They were about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating the human spirit. The Legacy Fleet would launch in 2 days, carrying with it humanity's answer to the Concordat's ultimatum. Not with words or diplomacy, but with the full force of human determination and ingenuity. The galaxy was about to learn that humanity wouldn't just pass their evaluation. They would rewrite the rules entirely. Time to wake the fleet, Chen murmured to herself. Let's show them what humanity can really do. The Prometheus's bridge hummed with quiet efficiency as Admiral Chen watched the final launch preparations through the quantum blast viewport. Deep beneath the Martian surface, massive hangar doors were opening for the first time in a decade, revealing the sleek forms of the Legacy Fleet. All ships report ready, Admiral, Rivera announced from his tactical station. Quantum cores synchronized, dark energy drives spooled. Chen nodded, her fingers brushing across the neural interface embedded in her command chair. Instantly, her consciousness expanded as the Prometheus's AI merged with her thoughts. Aurora, as the AI called herself, was unlike anything humanity had publicly revealed. A true quantum intelligence capable of processing battlefield data in microseconds. Show me the fleet status, Chen thought, and holographic displays materialized around her. 50 ships, each a masterpiece of human engineering, disguised as conventional warships. The Concordat would be expecting primitive fusion drives and basic weapons. Instead, they'd find vessels powered by artificially generated dark energy, armed with weapons that bent physics itself. Final transmission from Luna Command, Rivera reported. All stations go dark in 5 minutes. After that, as far as the galaxy knows, humanity is still confined to our solar system. Chen smiled grimly. The deception had been years in the making. While the world's governments publicly maintained a facade of limited space capability, the Legacy Fleet had grown in secret, incorporating technologies recovered from crashed alien ships and enhanced by human innovation. Aurora, initiate fleet-wide quantum sync, Chen commanded. The AI's response was immediate, connecting all 50 ships through entangled particles that allowed for instantaneous communication across any distance. Another technology the Concordat thought impossible. Attention all ships. Chen's voice echoed across the quantum network. This is Admiral Chen. In moments, we launch Operation Legacy. The Concordat expects us to crawl to them on our knees. Instead, we're going to show them humanity's true face. All ships, execute launch sequence. The Prometheus rose first, its dark energy drive creating a momentary distortion in spacetime that the Concordat's sensors would dismiss as background radiation. One by one, the rest of the fleet followed, each ship sliding into formation with precision that would have been impossible without their quantum-linked AIs. First target, Chen announced. Proxima Centauri, the Concordat's forward operating base. Aurora, plot the course. The journey that should have taken weeks lasted mere hours. The Legacy fleet's dark energy drives bent space itself, creating corridors of compressed time that let them cross light years in moments. As they approached Proxima Centauri, Chen felt Aurora's presence sharpen in her mind. Concordat vessels detected, the AI reported. 3 patrol ships, standard configuration. They're scanning us, but their sensors can't penetrate our quantum camouflage. Chen leaned forward. Show me. The holographic display shifted, showing 3 Concordat vessels, massive constructs of crystalline metal that dwarfed most human ships. But size wasn't everything, and the Legacy fleet had been built with different principles in mind. They're transmitting, Rivera announced. Standard challenge protocol. Let them wait, Chen ordered. Aurora, battle formation Delta. Time to show them what we can do. The Legacy fleet split into 3 groups, each targeting a Concordat patrol ship. The enemy vessels, finally realizing something was wrong, began to power up their weapons. But they were too late. All ships, weapons free, Chen commanded. Silent Thunder Protocol. The term Silent Thunder had been coined during testing, a reference to the Legacy fleet's primary weapon system. Each ship carried quantum-locked particle accelerators that could tear apart matter at the subatomic level, all while remaining virtually undetectable to conventional sensors. The effect was devastating. Before the Concordat ships could raise their shields, invisible beams of accelerated particles ripped through their hulls. There was no explosion, no dramatic fireball, just 3 massive vessels suddenly coming apart at the seams, their crystalline structures dissolving into clouds of subatomic particles. First wave neutralized, Aurora reported. No distress signals transmitted. Concordat base is mobilizing response forces. Chen watched as the orbital installation above Proxima Centauri erupted with activity. Dozens of ships were launching, their designs more aggressive than the patrol vessels. The Concordat was finally taking them seriously. Now for Phase 2, Chen announced. Aurora, initiate Quantum Ghost Protocol. This was the true test of human innovation. The Legacy fleet suddenly seemed to multiply, quantum projections creating perfect copies that were indistinguishable from the real ships. The Concordat's forces hesitated, their sensors showing hundreds of targets where moments ago there had been 50. They're attempting to communicate, Rivera reported, a hint of satisfaction in his voice. Multiple channels. They're demanding identification. Chen straightened in her command chair. Put me through to their command frequency. It's time they learned who they're dealing with. The communication system crackled to life, and Chen spoke with all the authority of humanity behind her words. This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the Earth Defense Force. You requested an evaluation of humanity's capabilities. Consider this our demonstration. Your patrol ships have been neutralized, and your sensors are now showing you technology you thought impossible. We are not here to submit to your judgment. We are here to inform you that humanity will not be bound by your limitations. The response was immediate, a barrage of energy weapons from the Concordat fleet, but their attacks passed harmlessly through quantum projections, while the real Legacy fleet struck from unexpected vectors, their silent thunder weapons reducing ship after ship to their component atoms. Their defensive grid is collapsing, Aurora reported. They're attempting to send a distress signal to Concordat High Command. Let them, Chen replied. Phase 3, all ships. Show them exactly what humanity can do. The Legacy fleet moved as one, their quantum-linked AIs coordinating a dance of destruction that reduced the Proxima Centauri installation to molecular dust in minutes. When it was done, nothing remained but debris, and a message that would soon reach every corner of Concordat space. Humanity would not be evaluated. They would be respected. All ships, form up, Chen ordered. We've made our point here. Now we move to Phase 2 of Operation Legacy. The Concordat thought they were dealing with children. Time to show them they've awakened something far more dangerous, human ingenuity unleashed. As the Legacy fleet prepared to jump to their next target, Chen allowed herself a small smile. The real battle hadn't even begun, but humanity had already shattered the Concordat's assumptions. The galaxy was about to learn that underestimating humans was a mistake they wouldn't make twice. The victory at Proxima Centauri had been swift, but Admiral Chen knew better than to celebrate too early. As the Legacy fleet moved through quantum space, Aurora's sensors detected something extraordinary, an anomaly that would change the course of their mission entirely. Energy signature detected, Aurora announced, her voice resonating through Chen's neural link. Pattern unknown. Not Concordat technology. Age estimate. Approximately 1 million years. Chen straightened in her command chair. Show me. The holographic display materialized, showing a massive structure floating in the void between stars. It was roughly cylindrical, covered in geometric patterns that pulsed with a faint blue light. The structure was easily 20 kilometers long, its surface marked with what appeared to be docking ports and weapon emplacements. Analysis suggests this is a remnant of the precursor civilization, Aurora continued. The same race theorized to have seeded the galaxy with the basic elements of faster-than-light technology. Rivera whistled softly. The Concordat claims to be the inheritors of precursor knowledge. But I've never seen anything like this in their territories. Because they haven't found it, Chen realized. Aurora, full scan. What are we looking at? The AI's response was immediate, displaying detailed schematics. The structure appears to be a weapons platform, but its technology far exceeds anything in current use. It operates on principles we've only theorized about, the manipulation of quantum fields on a macro scale. Before Chen could respond, Aurora's tone shifted. Alert. Multiple Concordat signatures detected. They've tracked the artifact's energy pulse. Estimated arrival time. 10 minutes. Chen's mind raced. The Concordat would do anything to claim this technology, to maintain their facade of superiority. But the artifact's location, in unclaimed space, far from established routes, gave humanity an advantage. All ships, battle stations, Chen ordered. Aurora, begin interfacing with the artifact's systems. If there's anything left active in there, I want to know about it. The Legacy fleet moved into defensive positions around the massive structure. Minutes later, space twisted as Concordat ships emerged, not a patrol fleet this time, but a full battle group. Their crystalline vessels gleamed with deadly purpose. They're broadcasting, Rivera reported. The message, it's from High Commander Vexterra herself. Chen had studied every piece of intelligence on the Concordat's military leader. Vexterra was ancient, cunning, and utterly devoted to maintaining the Concordat's dominance. Put her through. A hologram materialized on the bridge, a tall, ethereal figure with iridescent scales and eyes that held millennia of calculation. Human vessels. Vexterra's voice carried an edge of steel beneath its musical tones. You have already committed acts of war against the Concordat. Withdraw from this site immediately, or be destroyed. Chen smiled coldly. High Commander, I don't believe you understand the situation. We found this artifact first, and by any reasonable interpretation of galactic law, that gives us claim to it. Galactic law. Vexterra's laugh was like breaking crystal. You are children playing with forces beyond your comprehension. That artifact is precursor technology. Only the Concordat has the right to. To what? Chen interrupted. To hoard knowledge? To maintain your artificial superiority. The age of your civilization doesn't give you exclusive rights to the galaxy's mysteries. As they spoke, Aurora was deep in communion with the artifact's systems. Through their neural link, Chen could feel the AI making progress, unraveling layer after layer of ancient code. Admiral, Aurora's voice whispered in her mind, I've accessed the artifact's core systems. It's extraordinary. The precursors built this as a safeguard against exactly what the Concordat has become, a force that would stifle innovation and control a flow of knowledge. Chen's smile widened. High Commander, let me share something with you. We've already accessed the artifact systems. Would you like to know what we found? Vexterra's hologram flickered with barely contained rage. Impossible. Your primitive technology couldn't possibly. Primitive. Chen laughed. We let you believe that. Just as we let you believe we were confined to our solar system. The truth is, humanity has already surpassed many of your so-called advanced technologies. This artifact, it's responding to us because we're still innovating, still pushing boundaries, unlike the Concordat, which has stagnated in its own arrogance. Enough. Vexterra snarled. All ships, open fire. The space between the fleets erupted in energy as the Concordat launched their attack. But Chen was ready. Aurora, activate the artifact's defense grid. The massive structure hummed to life, quantum fields extending outward like invisible webs. The Concordat's weapons fire simply ceased to exist, disappeared into microscopic quantum singularities that winked out of existence instantly. Impossible, Vexterra whispered. No, Chen replied. Simply beyond your understanding. The precursors didn't build this weapon to preserve the status quo. They built it to protect innovation, to ensure that no single power could strangle the galaxy's growth. Aurora, show them what it can do. The artifact pulsed once, and every Concordat ship suddenly found their quantum drives offline, their weapons powerless. They hung in space, reduced to little more than elaborate sculptures. This is your only warning, Chen announced. The Concordat's monopoly on advanced technology ends today. Humanity won't just claim a place among the stars. We'll ensure that every species has the chance to reach their full potential. Vexterra's hologram trembled with fury. You would destroy everything we've built, all the order we maintain. No, Chen corrected. We're going to build something better, something based on merit and innovation, not age and control. Your ships will be released once we've left the system. I suggest you use that time to consider humanity's terms for peace. As the legacy fleet prepared to depart with the artifact in tow, Chen felt a profound sense of satisfaction. They hadn't just found a weapon. They'd discovered proof that the galaxy's oldest civilization had planned for this moment, had built safeguards against exactly the kind of stagnation the Concordat represented. Aurora, she commanded, set course for the Concordat capital. It's time to rewrite the rules of the galaxy. The legacy fleet vanished into quantum space, leaving behind a fleet of powerless Concordat ships and a message that would echo through the ages. Humanity had found its destiny among the stars, and they would not be denied. The Concordat's primary military installation hung in orbit around a dying star, a massive complex of interconnected structures that served as both fortress and command center. As the legacy fleet emerged from quantum space, Chen could see why it had never fallen in 10,000 years of Concordat rule. Defensive analysis complete, Aurora reported. 3 layers of quantum shields, 5,000 automated defense platforms, and approximately 300 capital ships. They've clearly been preparing since our demonstration at Proxima Centauri. Through her neural link, Chen could feel the recovered precursor artifact's power humming through the fleet's quantum network. They'd spent the journey integrating its technology, understanding its purpose. It wasn't just a weapon. It was a key to understanding the true nature of space-time itself. Multiple transmissions incoming, Rivera announced. They're being broadcast on all frequencies. The entire galaxy is watching this. Admiral. Chen nodded. Good. Let them all see what happens when humanity is underestimated. Aurora, initiate Phase 1 of the assault plan. The Legacy Fleet split into its component battle groups, each ship's quantum drive creating micro-distortions in spacetime that confused the Concordat's targeting systems. But the enemy was ready this time. Energy beams lanced out from the defense platforms, while squadrons of crystalline fighters poured from launch bays. They've adapted their shields, Aurora warned. The silent thunder weapons won't be as effective. They're not supposed to be, Chen replied. That was just the opening act. Now we show them what we've really learned. All ships, execute maneuver Prometheus. The legacy fleet's formation shifted, creating a complex geometric pattern that mimicked the designs they discovered on the precursor artifact. Energy began to flow between the ships, their quantum cores synchronizing in ways that defied conventional physics. By the eternal stars, someone on the Concordat command frequency whispered, "What are they doing?" The answer came in the form of a massive quantum field that expanded from the legacy fleet. Where it touched the Concordat's defense platforms, they simply ceased to exist, not destroyed, but phase-shifted into another dimension of spacetime. Impossible. The voice of High Commander Vexterra cut through the command channel. No species could master such technology so quickly. Chen opened a channel to respond. "That's where you're wrong, Commander. Humanity didn't just study the technology. We understood its purpose. The precursors didn't build weapons of destruction. They built tools to prevent any one power from dominating the galaxy. Tools that respond to innovation and creativity, not tradition and stagnation." As if to emphasize her point, the legacy fleet's quantum field expanded further, creating corridors of altered spacetime through the Concordat's defenses. Their carefully arranged formations were suddenly meaningless as physics itself seemed to bend around the human ships. But the Concordat wasn't finished. Their capital ships began to move in complex patterns, their own quantum drives creating interference patterns that disrupted the human assault. Energy weapons of impossible power blazed across space, forcing the legacy fleet to scatter. "They're accessing restricted technologies," Aurora reported. "Systems they've kept hidden from the rest of the galaxy." Chen smiled grimly. "Good. Let them show their true face. Aurora, activate the artifact's primary system." The massive precursor structure, which had been hidden behind the legacy fleet's quantum field, suddenly pulsed with blue-white energy. Streams of data flooded through Chen's neural link as Aurora interfaced with its ancient systems. "Authentication accepted," the AI announced. "Admiral, you need to see this." The holographic display filled with information. The true history of the galaxy, recorded by the precursors before their disappearance. The Concordat hadn't just been hoarding technology. They'd been actively suppressing the development of other species, ensuring no one could challenge their dominance. "Broadcast this on all frequencies," Chen ordered. "Let everyone see what they've been hiding." As the data streamed out across space, the battle took on a new dimension. Ships from other species, which had been holding position at the edges of the system, began to move. Some joined the Concordat's formation, but others, more than Chen had hoped, moved to support the legacy fleet. "Multiple quantum signatures detected," Rivera reported. "Ships from the Centauri Alliance, the Rigel Collective, even the Orion Confederation. They're all responding to the broadcast." The space around the military installation became a chaos of quantum fields and energy weapons as centuries of suppressed resentment exploded into open conflict. The legacy fleet moved through it all with precision, their integrated precursor technology allowing them to navigate the impossible physics of the battlefield. "Their command center is vulnerable," Aurora announced. "The quantum disruption has created a window in their defenses." Chen leaned forward in her command chair. "All ships, focus fire on these coordinates. It's time to end this." The legacy fleet's weapons converged on a single point, their energy amplified by the precursor artifact's quantum field. For a moment, space itself seemed to hold its breath. Then, with a flash that temporarily blinded every sensor in the system, the heart of the Concordat's military power simply vanished. As the light faded, Chen opened a channel to all ships in the system. "This is Admiral Chen of the Earth Defense Force. The Concordat's military command has been neutralized. Their suppression of technology and innovation ends today. To all species who have lived under their control, you are free to pursue your own destiny among the stars." The response was immediate. Cheers and celebrations in hundreds of languages, transmitted across every frequency. But Chen wasn't finished. "To any remaining Concordat forces, you have a choice. Join us in building a new galactic society based on merit and innovation, or stand down and face justice for centuries of suppression." The age of stagnation is over. The future belongs to those who dare to dream, to innovate, to reach beyond what others claim is impossible. As the legacy fleet secured the system, Chen felt a profound sense of change rippling through the galaxy. Humanity hadn't just won a military victory. They'd shattered the foundations of an order that had persisted for millennia. Alert, Aurora announced. Multiple quantum signatures detected approaching from Concordat core worlds. It appears their civilian leadership is requesting an audience. Chen nodded. The real work was just beginning. Prepare for Phase 5 of Operation Legacy. It's time to reshape the galaxy. The stars seemed to shine brighter as the Legacy fleet prepared for what would come next. Humanity had proven itself not just worthy of the stars, but capable of leading the galaxy into a new age of discovery and innovation. The Concordat's capital world of Illuminaris hung before the Legacy fleet like a jewel of impossible architecture, crystalline spires that stretched into orbit, cities that floated on quantum fields, and technology that had inspired awe for millennia. But now, its pristine perfection was marred by the debris of battle and the shadows of change. The Concordat Civilian Council is ready to receive us, Rivera reported. They've assembled in the Chamber of Ages, their most sacred meeting place. Chen stood at the Prometheus's viewport, watching ships from dozens of species moving through the system. In the days since the battle at the military installation, the galaxy's political landscape had transformed. Ancient alliances were dissolving, new coalitions forming, as species long suppressed by the Concordat began to assert their independence. Aurora, status of the precursor artifact. Integration is complete, the AI responded. The quantum network now extends to all allied vessels in the system. More importantly, I've finished decoding its primary directive. Chen felt the information flow through her neural link. The true purpose of the precursor's legacy. It wasn't just about preventing dominance. It was about ensuring the galaxy's continuous evolution. The artifact wasn't a weapon at all. It was a key to unlocking the next stage of cosmic development. Prepare the shuttle, Chen ordered. It's time to end this era and begin the next. The descent to Illuminaris was surreal. Their shuttle, escorted by ships from a dozen different species, passed through layers of quantum shields that had never before admitted non-Concordat vessels. The Chamber of Ages lived up to its name, a vast space of living crystal that seemed to contain galaxies in its walls. The Concordat Civilian Council waited on their traditional platforms, ancient beings who had guided their civilization for thousands of years. But now they sat as equals with representatives from other species, including those they had once dismissed as primitive. Admiral Chen, the chief counselor, spoke, his voice carrying the weight of ages. You have shattered the order of millennia. What do you offer in its place? Chen stepped forward, feeling Aurora's presence in her mind, the precursor artifact's knowledge flowing through their neural link. Not destruction, she replied, but transformation. The precursors didn't vanish. They evolved beyond the physical realm. They left behind tools not to preserve power, but to ensure that life in this galaxy would continue to grow, to change, to reach beyond its limitations. She gestured, and Aurora projected the artifact's data into the chamber. Stars and galaxies danced around them as the true history of the cosmos unveiled itself. The Concordat's greatest sin wasn't its power, Chen continued, but its stagnation. You forgot that true strength comes from diversity, from the clash of ideas, from the courage to face the unknown. You tried to freeze the galaxy in a single moment of perfection, but the universe doesn't work that way. It demands change, growth, evolution. And you believe humanity should guide this new era. One of the counselors challenged. Chen shook her head. No, we believe no single species should guide it. The precursor artifact wasn't a weapon, it was a seed. A key to unlocking the next stage of galactic evolution. But it can only work if we all contribute, if we all share our knowledge and face the future together. The chamber erupted in discussion as the implications became clear. Through Aurora, Chen could sense the quantum fields shifting, the very fabric of reality responding to the possibilities opening before them. "We propose a new covenant," Chen announced, "not based on age or tradition, but on innovation and cooperation. The precursor artifact will be the foundation, not controlled by any one species, but integrated into a network that connects all of us. Any civilization that chooses to join will have access to its knowledge, but must also contribute their own discoveries." "And those who refuse?" another counselor asked. "Will be free to follow their own path," Chen replied. "But they'll do so knowing they've chosen isolation over growth. The age of forced submission is over. The future belongs to those willing to embrace change." Hours passed as the details were negotiated. Species that had been enemies for millennia found common ground in the face of cosmic mysteries yet to be solved. The Concordat civilization wouldn't be destroyed, but transformed. Its vast knowledge finally shared with those ready to build upon it. As the new accords were finalized, Chen felt a shift in the quantum fields surrounding them. Aurora's voice whispered in her mind, "Admiral, the artifact's systems are responding. It's evolving." Through the chamber's crystal walls, they could see it happening. The precursor artifact, now connected to ships and stations throughout the system, was changing. Its geometric patterns shifted, forming new configurations that seemed to bend the light of nearby stars. "This is just the beginning," Chen addressed the assembly. "The precursors left us a roadmap to the stars, but where we go from here, that's up to us. Together, we can reach heights they never imagined." The chief counselor stood, his ancient face showing something Chen hadn't expected: hope. "For too long, we were the guardians of the past. Perhaps it's time we became architects of the future instead." As the new covenant was signed, Chen felt the weight of the moment. Humanity hadn't just earned its place among the stars. They'd helped forge a new path for all species to follow. The Legacy Fleet's mission had evolved from a show of force into something far more profound, a catalyst for galactic renaissance. "Aurora," she whispered, "send word to Earth. Tell them Operation Legacy is complete, but our real work is just beginning." Above Illuminaris, the transformed precursor artifact pulsed with new energy, its quantum fields reaching out to touch ships and stations throughout the system. The stars themselves seemed brighter, as if responding to the promise of what was to come. Humanity had changed the galaxy not through conquest, but by reminding everyone of a truth the Concordat had forgotten. The greatest adventures, the most profound discoveries, still lay ahead, and they would face them together, as equals in the cosmic dance of evolution and growth. The dawn of a new age had arrived, and its light would reach every corner of the galaxy.